I recommend you to take a break from the chanting book. We can go back to it when we feel like going there. But as
This is the vibrator.
here, now you can tell. Linda posted something in the group. Kyle posted the quiz things in there, so it's also nice. Where's Linda's post? Did she send it personally? No. Should be here. Maybe she posted it on Bollywood Studies. No. I saw it. Maybe this. Yeah. Bhikkhu Bodhi chanting Paticca Samuppada. You will put a dot below T here, so to get the sound T. So Paticca Samuppada is a principal teaching in Buddhism. Paticca means dependent on something. Uppada means arising. Samuppada means co-arising. So Paticca Uppada means dependent arising. If you want to say it correctly, you will say Paticca Samuppada, Samuppada, dependent co-arising. So Sang is a prefix that is added to that word. It's a chanting that we do sometimes in some monasteries. Paticca Samuppada. Paticca means dependent. Co-arising. Why do we say co-arising? They arise together. When you say, take for example craving is not the result of the previous one thing, it's the result of many things that happened before. You see, the co-arising means there are many factors for it to arise. So Paticca Samuppada. So when somebody who doesn't know Pali, they will say dependent arising to explain this theory, but the Buddha usually goes on to say Paticca Samuppada, dependent co-arising. Since when Ponyan is here, I found the persimmon tree down there with fruits. Are they allowed to pick fruits and eat? Okay. If you know, when you go down to the Buffalo Lodge, you find the persimmon tree, American persimmon, with sweet fruits.
We have 3 actually, 2 more by the roadside. We don't take care of them.
Yeah, I tried to plant one in our monastery in Detroit.
Yeah.
No luck.
Maybe too cold.
It's too cold.
Maybe, yeah. So these ones have, I think, they are thriving. They seem to
They
be.
like Missouri.
Yeah.
Southern Illinois.
They grow there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Please, there are so many ripe fruits. Please enjoy them. So, dependent co-arising. So it's a video made by someone who comes here, right? Linda?
Yes, it's
Mita. Right?
my friend sent
Yeah.
me this. Her name is Suni
Suni.
Khan, and they are members of Mama as well, but she cannot be here because of her health. But she wanted me to have this, and I thought it would be worth sharing for everybody.
And you said you play this when you go home.
I play it to and from work every day.
Very nice. Because the significance of this is that for my own meditation, especially in my university years, I used to, because I remember this by heart, I used to just sit on the bus. It's just a 7 kilometers ride, but it takes 45 minutes because of the way of the transportation in Sri Lanka. I would contemplate on this. Many times I have discovered that sometimes,
It's not just there.
huh?
I said it's not just there. The buses go. And they
Buses.
gotta make the stops.
Yes, it's just a short distance, but they take that long, sometimes even longer than that, to get from Kandy City to Galaha Junction. If you know that area, you can tell what I mean by the area names. But I used to play this in my head as support of my practice, closing my eyes, just contemplating on this. Sometimes when I get off the bus, the people offer me food. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know, but it's miraculous. You should not chant this because you will get something. You will, you will do this part of your understanding and wisdom, growth of wisdom. So, because this is right after lunch, and I want you to give you a discussion time also, so you discuss between and among. And we can exchange some understanding about this theory. So he does this in Pali first, and then he goes on to English. And together you may also join him, and because you'll see it on the screen, you will be able to chant with him. It's just 6 minutes thing.
And they speak in Bodhi's voice.
Yeah, Bhikkhu Bodhi.
Imasmin sati idang hoti, imas upada idang upachati, imasmin asati idang hoti, imasani roda idang nirujati. When this exists, that comes to be. With the arising of this, that arises. When this does not exist, that does not come to be. With the cessation of this, that ceases. Avijja paccaya bhikkhave sankhara, sankhara paccaya vijnana, vijnana paccaya Namarupa, Namarupa paccaya salayatanam, salayatana paccaya passo, passa paccaya vedana, vedana paccaya tanha, tanha paccaya upadanam, upadana paccaya bhavo, bhava paccaya jati, jati paccaya jara maranam, soka parideva dukkha domanas upayasa sambhavanti, eva me tassa kevalassa dukkha khandasa samudayo hoti. With ignorance as condition, volitional activities come to be. With volitional activities as condition, consciousness. With consciousness as condition, name and form. With name and form as condition, the 6 sense bases. With the 6 sense bases as condition, contact. With contact as condition, feeling. With feeling as condition, craving. With craving as condition, clinging. With clinging as condition, existence. With existence as condition, birth. With birth as condition, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair come to be. Such is the origin of this whole mass of suffering. Avijaya tveva asesa viraga nirodha samkara nirodho samkara nirodha vijnana nirodho vijnana nirodha namarupa nirodho namarupa nirodha salayatana nirodho salayatana nirodha passa nirodho passa nirodha vedana nirodho vedana nirodha tanha nirodho tanha nirodha upadana nirodho upadana nirodha bhava nirodho bhava nirodha jati nirodho jati nirodha jara maranam soka parideva dukkha domanas upayasa nirojanti eva me tassa kevalassa dukkha khandasa nirodho hoti. But with the remainderless fading away and cessation of ignorance comes cessation of volitional activities. With the cessation of volitional activities, cessation of consciousness. With the cessation of consciousness, cessation of name and form. With the cessation of name and form, cessation of the 6 sense bases. With the cessation of the 6 sense bases, cessation of contact. With the cessation of contact, cessation of feeling. With the cessation of feeling, cessation of craving. With the cessation of craving, cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging, cessation of existence. With the cessation of existence, cessation of birth. With the cessation of birth, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair cease. Such is the cessation of this whole mass of suffering.
So, that is that. What do you want to do with this as Pali students? One thing I can do is to go on each on the board and give you the list for your understanding if you want to stop there and Does that help? Okay. So in the first set you find the arising of suffering, and the second set you find the cessation of suffering. So suffering is dukkha. The word dukkha is used by the Buddha to identify this whole mass of suffering. It's not just one dukkha, but there are many dukkhas. When you go to the first teaching of the Buddha, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, you find him talking about this. I'm not sure if I have it here. So this is the first sermon of the Buddha. This whole thing. And the English is this. So I got this also from Bhikkhu Thanissaro, and then the Buddha talking about these things. It's a very short form. He doesn't go on to explain the dependent origination in the first sermon. He does go on to say about, the four noble truths. But what he mentions here is dukkha. The word dukkha is mentioned here in this first sermon of the Buddha. Maybe we read this first and then go to the board. What do you think? Or should we just come to this later, after?
We'll start at the board.
Huh? Right, yeah, let's do the thing first on the board and then come to this, because I have more work on this, because we will get drifted away from the original if we go too far. These became my favorite pens. Thank you for this. First you saw this gatha, imasmin sati. Idang hoti. Imassa uppada. Idang uppajjati. I'm not sure if you put a jha here. Pajjati. I think it's just one. Pajjati. We will find it out soon. Imasmin asati. This is the short formula of dependent origination. Idang nahoti. Imassa nirodha. Idang nirojjati. So here there is no H sound. Uppajjati. So the basic theory here is that when something exists, another thing can come to arise, come to exist. When with the birth of this, that comes to be, but when this does not exist, that does not exist. With the cessation of this, the other thing, whatever is left, also is ceased to exist. Imasmin sati idang hoti. When there is this, idang hoti, that comes to be. Imasuppada. With the arising of this, idang uppajjati, that arises. Imasmin asati. When this is not, idang nahoti, this that does not exist. Imassa nirodha. With the cessation of this, idang nirujjati, this ceases to exist. And I will open it on the screen for you to follow. And take notes accordingly. Oh, you have the chanting here?
Yes.
You do this daily? Here?
I got it from my friends.
Or you have it for your own, yeah. Yeah, you have the whole set here also. Thank you. Should I pass this on?
Yeah, we can even make copies.
Yes. Take a look and pass it on. Many monastics remember this by heart in many traditions. So this is the reason why every Buddhist follow the same essence. A Westerner who is coming to Buddhism for the first time, they will ask, oh, there is Dalai Lama Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism, where should I begin? You will say, just don't look at the form, look at the essence. And the essence is this. Essence is Four Noble Truths, essence is for dependent origination. And when you look at the essence, you throw away every format that you see. So just you begin from wherever and then you are taken in this direction. There are slight variations, but here you can see, like, I belong to Theravada tradition, if you want to say it that way, and I come here and do teachings with all these monastics and with you all here. And we did not have any problem. So this is a clear example of why all these Buddhist traditions do teach the same teaching. So when this exists, let's start to write down. Imasmin sati. When this exists, imasmin sati. Sati means existing, not mindfulness sati. Existing of this. So imasmin of this. But it's better to say when this exists. This comes to be. So idam means this, hoti means happens to be, comes to be, so all of that. You want to put this in that category. But here they translated it as that comes to be. I think this or that, it doesn't matter. Imassa uppada idam uppajjati. How did they, with the arising of this, that arises. Imassa, of this, uppada, with the arising. So with the arising of this. idam uppajjati. This comes to this arises or that arises. So then the negation part. This was the other part. The negation part is asati. See the difference? Sati becomes asati when this does not exist. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm curious about the imasming and then the imasa. Is that all nouns declining in different ways?
Exactly.
Okay.
When you find, so the stem is ima. When you find ima declensions, ima refers to this or that declension of ima, then you will find actually it's a declension of ta, because ta refers to that, not ima. So ta, I think ima is also the same. I have to go find that for you. In our book. U endings, then we have Gunava, Pachantu, Vanita, Rumi, Kumari, Mata, Nayana, Atti, Chaku, Yoye. So ye refers to which or who. So these are called relative pronouns. So this one, ta. So he, they, they, them, him, they, them. And then you find tassa here. So that's not the. Yeah, it's actually the declension of ima. This. You see that here? Declension of ima. I got confused between ta and ima. And then you see and asming, imasming here in the locative. Locative singular. Got the answer? So imasming here refers to of this, of. So that's page 53 of that book. You may put a bookmark there and go through that declension. So declension of demonstrative pronoun, ima, this.
Asati is the opposite.
Asati is the opposite of sati. Is the opposite. Yes. So kusala means wholesome, akusala means unwholesome. Yeah.
I thought so. The first one is the ing is the locative. You said.
Imasming. So sming is added. Sming. That is when that is added, then locative singular is met.
So when this is also when is the locative.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
not just on, but also when.
Yes. When, on, in. So the literal translation is of because of the existence of this thing. So back here. when this does not exist, asati does not exist. Idam nahoti, that does not come to be, okay? Imassa nirodha, with the cessation of this that ceases. Here the breaking. So the first two is about arising of dukkha. These two are about cessation of dukkha. Shall we try to chant this? Imasmin sati idam hoti, imassa uppada idam upajjati, imasmin asati idam nahoti, imassa nirodha idam nirujjati. That's our version. You can cut that part from the video. Make a separate YouTube video. So this is something that helps when you're thinking about something that is painful to you. Then you go into the roots of it with your understanding about dependent co-arising, and that understanding helps you to look at the same situation with the Dhamma eye, with the eye of wisdom that you gain. So to have this in your head, in your meditation, will be very helpful. So we go to the actual 12 links. They say Dvadasanga Paticca Sampada because Dvadasa means 12. You have to do numbers one day. Dvadasa Anga. That's the two words combined together. Dvadasa means 12, Anga means components. Then Paticca Samuppada. How I remembered it when I went to, so in Sri Lanka we had Sunday schools for children. So they go from grade 1 to grade 12 until they finish with the final exam that they give, and then you are qualified to become a Dhamma teacher. Even being a lay person, you can be a Dhamma teacher when you pass that exam. Many monks, do the exam, so they pass with distinctions because this is something they study all their life. It's easy to pass. So I remember the first letters, and I will try to same here. Vidya. Then I remembered Sa. Sankara. Vi. Na. Sa. Ha. Ve. Ta. U. Ja. So then Jara. This is how I remember them. Even now when I go to this list in my mind to like put things in order when if I happen to give a talk about dependent co-arising, I will go into this list. What are these? You're like, what are these, right? This is Vijnana, Nama Rupa, Salayatana, Phassa, Vedana, Tanha, Upadana, Bhava, Jati, Jara, Marana. The list here is longer. Soka, Parideva, Dukkha, Domana, Supayasa. Wait until you write this down. Avidya, Sankhara, Vijnana, Namarupa, Salayatana, Phassa, Vedana, Tanha, Upadana, Bhava, Jati, Jara, Marana, Soka, Parideva, Dukkha, Domana, Supayasa. So dependent on Pachaya is common to all of these.
That last line, Soka, what?
Parideva.
Oh,
That all goes with Jara?
Yeah. It's just a set of dukkha's there.
Okay.
Parideva.
Could you say each part of the last link so I can write it down? Like-
Jara, Marana, Soka, Parideva, Dukkha, Domanassa, Upayasa. Avijja is ignorance. What's really ignorance? Ignoring the truth. Yeah,
Not knowing.
not knowing, basically that's the meaning. Not knowing. People not heard of the truth. What truths? You will say, Four Noble Truths. Not knowing the Four Noble Truths. Not knowing there is dukkha, there is way out of it. Dukkha, there is arising of dukkha, the possibility of cessation of dukkha, and the path towards cessation of dukkha. Sankhara, formations. There can be, bodily formation, mental formation, and verbal formation. 3 types. In someone's experience of meditation, bodily formation is your in-breath and out-breath. Your in-breath and out-breath. Just for your knowledge, verbal formations is thinking and examining thoughts, because when it becomes verbal, you have first thought about it. So it's verbal afterwards. Yes.
Some say volitional formations. How's the volitional?
I'm sure if I understood.
Oh, volitional formations. Some translate right.
For verbal,
Volitional.
He's asking
For
why
mental.
sometimes it's translated as
For this?
volitional. Yes.
It's
for
translated.
that we need to
sometimes
know what volitional means.
Like will. Isn't it mean will or like using your
By
will?
your own volition, yes.
By your own will.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Of your own.
Well, I think what they emphasize there is your mental doing, mental contribution for this suffering to arise. So volitional, I have heard that too. I mean, I sometimes even say that, volitional formation, but I haven't really stopped there to understand and question about what volitional really means. But they say willpower contributes a lot, to to use your willpower to change the direction of your existence. But when you know the truth, you use the same willpower to revert it. In meditation, to continue doing your meditation, using willpower is not recommended. Sometimes you are too much into controlling when you use willpower, so you rather use wisdom power. Prajna bala, panya bala, according to Pali. Panya, this is panya. Sila, Samadhi, Panya is this is the entire practice of Buddhism. Sila, S long I, L-A, Samadhi, stillness, concentration, Panya, wisdom. Culmination of these 3 is enlightenment, awakening. You don't see it?
The middle one, S-A-N?
Yeah.
Is that an N?
Samadhi.
Oh, M.
Yeah, M.
M-A-D-H-N.
Yeah. Samadhi, Panya. So to use wisdom power in meditation to get where you want to go, or not go anywhere, but to use your wisdom to be where you are. Vijnana, okay, I didn't say, so let's say here you have bodily, verbal and mental. Bodily is in breath and out breath. Verbal is think, vitakka vichara, vitakka. There is no exam on this. This is for your general knowledge. Thinking and examining thoughts. Mental is Vedana. You have Vedana here too, but this again Vedana. I will give English first. Perceptions, feelings, consciousness. Sanya, Vedana, Vijnana.